Assalamualaikum, this is Adil Said Network and vSphere Administrator and Virtual Instructor of Cisco and VMware Technologies at X. So we have started the new session today, session 9, and today is 22 December 2022, Thursday. So let's start the session now. So we have covered up to this diagram. Now let's open the parent software. And we will cover we have covered 8 topics and real life examples of hardware. First was RAM, second was ROM, third was CPU, fourth was motherboard, fifth was NIC, sixth was mouse, seventh was keyboard, and eighth was monitor. We have covered in depth, and now we will start covering the last 2 topics in real life examples of hardware. So another topic is NVRAM. So if someone asks you that NVRAM stands for what, so what would be your answer? Kindly, kindly mute your mic. So we are discussing about NVRAM, okay? So if someone asks you that NVRAM stands for what, so what would be your answer? So kindly mute your mic. I'm again the question. Mute your mic, please. Today we will also cover the labs as well. So we were talking about NVRAM. So this is our slide of NVRAM. NVRAM stands for non-volatile memory. Non-volatile memory. Let me know the member first. So NVRAM stands for non-volatile random access memory, or we can say memory simply, because when we say memory we mean the RAM, random access memory, because there is also a RAM memory, we say memory, a RAM, a random access memory. So let me open the chat box. You can ask any question you have, we will appreciate. And actually, if we say that NVRAM stands for non-volatile random access memory, so you know that RAM is volatile memory, which means it stores the data on a temporary basis. So non-volatile means that NVRAM stores the data on the permanent basis because it is non-volatile, not volatile that it will store the data on temporary basis. Even the computer is off, it will store the data. But in RAM, there is volatile. That's why if the computer is off, then the data will not be stored on the RAM on the permanent basis. So that is the reason. So now let's talk about NVRAM in more depth. Data is sent in NVRAM for permanent basis, as I mentioned earlier. In RAM, data is stored on temporary basis. Why? Because RAM is volatile memory. Let me know the number first. Okay. If in RAM data is stored on temporary basis, why? Because in RAM data is stored on temporary basis due to it is in nature, its nature is volatile. It's volatile memory. But if we discuss about NVRAM, so in NVRAM data is stored on permanent basis. Why? If someone asks you why, because NVRAM, like I said, that NVRAM stands for non-volatile random access memory. Like it's RAM but non-volatile because RAM nature is volatile, so it's non-volatile. That's why we say NVRAM, not RAM. So, an NVRAM data is stored on permanent basis because NVRAM is non-volatile memory, or we can say non-volatile RAM. Okay, this RAM stands for random access memory. It is a memory, so random access memory. So this one that was enough, I think, about RAM and NVRAM. But if someone tells you that give me an example of NVRAM, so NVRAM is just a type of a storage device, like we say hard disk drive, we say solid state drive, like this. But it is opposite to what? It is opposite to RAM. Why? These all are opposite to RAM. Why? What can be the reason? Because in SSD, in hard disk drive, and in NVRAM, we store data on permanent basis. But in the random access memory, we store data on temporary basis. So that's why these all are opposite to random access memory. Okay, let's talk about NVRAM in more depth. And it is also known as hard disk. We can say hard disk as well. Like in any device, we insert hard disk. It is a slow and not reliable. Like in this form. If we want to insert the fast storage device in end device or an endpoint which is reliable as well, so you will insert SSD, solid state drive. But in intermediate device, if you want to insert the storage device which stores the data for the permanent basis, then you cannot use SSD or hard disk drive. Then you should use NVRAM, which is in this kind of shape, used just in intermediate device. But if we say about RAM, then RAM is used in end device as well and in intermediate device. But hard disk and SSD is just used in end device, not in intermediate device. For intermediate device, its alternative is NVRAM, which do the work same like SSD and hard disk drive. I think I should explain it more. NVRAM is only available in intermediate or network devices. But hard disk drive and solid state drive are available in what? In endpoints, or we can say in end devices. For what? For permanent data storage. I mean that these three are used for permanent data storage, but only RAM is used for temporary data storage. So NVRAM is only available in intermediate or network devices, but hard disk drive and solid state drive are available in endpoints or end devices for permanent data storage. Let me show this first. For example, let me make a diagram here. For example, this is, we say, laptop, like PC, whatever. I mean end device. So if this is end device, we say end device. And for example, here is the switch, intermediate device. We can say wired switch as well. Like for example, this is forward switch. So basically, switch is what? Switch is basically network device or intermediate device. It just forward the traffic, but end device sends and receives the traffic, not forward. So this is the difference between intermediate and end device. So the point is that, for example, we want that, for example, end device is on. So the data should be loaded in it for CPU to execute it. So same is the situation for intermediate device as well. That when intermediate device is on, so the program should be loaded into RAM, that CPU should execute that program for running. So actually the RAM story is same. The RAM story is same here. The RAM story is same here. If you talk about RAM, because RAM stores the data on the temporary basis. So the RAM story is same in intermediate devices and in devices both. But the RAM is used for temporary data storage. And if you want permanent data storage, then the story is different, not same. How? Let me explain. And today's session will be too much short. Why? Because there is an issue of electricity. So I think recorded will be disturbed and it can be cancelled. So that's why I don't wanna be cancelled. So that's why the session should be short today. So the RAM story is same. Okay. In intermediate device as well, in end device as well. So the RAM story is same. RAM story is same for both end devices as well as intermediate or network devices, because it stores data on temporary basis due to its due to its what which nature? Its volatile nature. So this is the story of RAM. But if we talk about permanent storage devices, which are hard disk drive, SSD, NVRAM, so the story is different. Like how hard disk drive and SSD are used only in end devices, but NVRAM is used in intermediate devices. For what? For permanent data storage. And these are also used for permanent data storage. But the difference is that HDD and SSD is used in end devices and NVRAM is used in place of HDD and SSD in intermediate devices. Both are purpose are same for storing the data on the permanent basis if the machine is off or on. So that's why this is the story. Let me save it first. So we have talked about NVRAM in detail. We will talk about USB in next session, and we will cover this whole topic of real life examples of hardware. Now, if you have any question, you can ask. We're going to end the session because I already told you that we have a problem. Yesterday, you can also check in the WhatsApp group that I have sent you the message that there is no session. Why? Because of the problem. So that's why yesterday's session was also cancelled. So I think if I recorded 14 minutes session and if there will be a problem, then this session can also be cancelled. It cannot be saved. So that's why I can't take a risk. So I should complete the session today very shortly. So that's why if you have any question you can ask, because recording can be cancelled anytime. That will be a surprise for us. The recording will be cancelled and then we will start from scratch from where we started. So that's why if you have any question you can ask, else you can say clear or you can quit the session. I think you have no question from all of you. Today, I want that we should do a lab as well, but I've already told you there is issue, so that's why. So, example of NVRAM in real life. In switch, in router, in firewall, there is the storage device used for permanent data storage known as non-volatile random access memory because there is not a volatile means there is not a data storage device used for temporary storage like if the machine is on then it will store the data for CPU execution and if the machine is off then it will not store. So this is not like that, this is just like SSD and SSD. So I think we should now quit the session and thank you so much with us. See you in the next session. Allah Hafiz, goodbye.